So hello boys and girls, today what we are going to do is to work on the difference between the present simple and the present continuous. One thing to bear in mind, the present simple, why did I write the S here? Because you need to pay attention to that. And the same in the present continuous, you need to pay attention to the ing. Okay, the present simple. First of all, we are going to have a look at the different uses. For example, we use the present simple for habits, routines, repeated actions. Okay, so what one thing also to pay attention is to bear in mind the adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency, let's say always, usually, often, sometimes, never. Okay, those are the adverbs of frequency. For example, she usually goes to bed at 10 p.m. They don't play tennis, okay? Have a look at the red part, the S, okay? Why the S, or in this case the ES? Because we have she, remember? For the third person in the singular form, we have she, he and it. We use the S or the ES. And then, for example, in a negative, we use the auxiliary don't or doesn't, okay, to put the verb in the correct form. Then we use it for states, something that doesn't change, okay? So his hair is quite long. Verb to be, okay? The verb to be, that is to say am, is, or are, okay? There are more verbs to talk about states, but for example, is for the present simple, am, is, or are. I am, he is, they are, okay? Then we have for general truths and facts. For example, water boils at 100 degrees, okay? We cannot change that. And again, the S, because water is the third person singular, it is it. Well, now we are going to move on to the emphatic use of do and does for the present simple, and we use it to emphasize that an action or state is true. And the form is do or does plus the bare infinitive. For example, Pete does know the answer, and pay attention to how do I pronounce or how do I read this? Pete does know the answer. For example, another example. I don't speak Chinese, but I do speak English and French. Okay? You are reinforcing some kind of information. And then we have the stative verbs. But for the stative verbs, we are going to wait just a little bit because we are going to move on to the present continuous. Okay, now we are going to move on to the present continuous. Okay? The ing. We use the present continuous for actions happening at the moment of speaking. For example, now I am recording a video, okay? Or you are watching this video. Another example, he's having a bath now, and we pay attention to the verb to be and the ing. So for the present continuous, we need the form will be the verb to be plus the verb in the ing, okay? The auxiliary and the verb in the ing. So he's having a bath now. Then we use it for temporary situations and actions in the present. As they are temporary, they are not permanent. So they will finish somewhere, sometime in the future, okay? So, for example, they are building a new theater, okay? It doesn't mean that now, at the moment of speaking, they are working there, building the theater, okay? It means that in a period of time they are working on the theater, but they will finish this, and this action will not be something happening at the moment, okay? And then we use it for, and this is something, let's say, funny, okay? Because we use it for repeated actions to emphasize that the action is annoying or unexpected. And here we have something that corresponds in a way to the present simple, which is the always. Okay, as I said at the very beginning of the video, always we use it for the present simple and not for the present continuous, okay? But here, when we emphasize that something is annoying, okay, we use always. We combine both things. So you are always complaining, okay? I don't like this situation. I can't stand this situation. You are always complaining. Or for example, you are always telling me what to do. Okay, I want to make my own decisions, okay? So that is something that you don't like. And then for changing situations, like the weather is getting worse and worse every day. Okay, it's like a process. Okay, and why we are going to move now to the stative verbs? Because this is something that we need to pay attention to. Stative verbs, as it says here, are not usually used in their continuous form. So we cannot have, for example, verbs like I am being, okay? Stative verbs, as it says here, describes stative verbs, describe a state, okay? And they are also, we need to pay attention to the verbs that refer to, your brain, your thinking process, like, for example, remember, okay? Things that related to your heart, to your feelings, okay? An example of this is, I think, Liverpool is the best football team in the world now, okay? I think that is my idea, okay? That's what I think. But if I use this verb in the continuous form, I have a complete different meaning. So if I say, I am thinking of moving to Brazil, it means that I am considering the idea of moving to this place, okay? So we need to pay attention to that aspect, okay? Stative verbs are not usually used in their continuous form, okay? I cannot combine the stative verb with the present continuous. But in other cases, like in the one of I am thinking, you can use it to change the meaning, okay? So I hope, to conclude, I hope this video will help you with what you need, okay? And see you next time.